Good morning and welcome to the February 7th edition of this 24 Hours of Bitcoin, presented by intro-to-cryptos.ca. My name is Doug and I am your host. Bitcoin remains at critical levels of what could be a bottom formation that I believe are going to support higher prices from here, or it could be a descending triangle and we could be in for some serious drops in prices. When I'm looking at Bitcoin prices over the long term, I'm always taking a bigger view of all of the markets, not just a longer term perspective of Bitcoin price itself, but also a longer term perspective of many of the cryptocurrencies at the same time. Because cryptos move together as a group so far, when we are seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and hopefully Stellar shape up to moving higher, then we know that the bull market is probably on its way. And not just the big four that I'm watching. We do a study here on the top 50 cryptocurrencies, or all the 50 cryptocurrencies traded on Poloniex anyway. And we go through and we're doing this survey so we can see just how bullish and bearish the markets are in the cryptocurrencies, so we get an overall feel for what is pressuring the price of Bitcoin. So in addition, we're also looking at some of these really long-term price trends and then comparing them against what actually happened in the past. So if we zoom into this period in the past right here, we already know what's going to happen. We know that prices came down and we went sideways here through all of 2015 before this 200 period moving average was crossed. Now it crossed, first of all, prices were going up and the moving average was on a downtrend. And that didn't last long, but as soon as the 200 period moving averages was actually stable and going up a little bit, when prices crossed, that was the beginning of the major uptrend. It's important to know that through this period, altcoins were in a bull trend, and then right on this period, as soon as Bitcoin started to take off, altcoins went on a major downtrend until March of 2017. So from March of 2017 until July of 2017, this was our big bull market in cryptocurrencies, just those few months right there. This is when Bitcoin consolidated. It pushed all the alts down until about this time. As Bitcoin took off, all the alts took off as well. Then we went back onto another big bear market in the cryptocurrencies as Bitcoin went up and squished all the cryptocurrencies way, way down. If you had been holding Bitcoin instead of cryptos at this time, you'd have done so much better than what cryptocurrencies did. So watching all of these things together and seeing where we are now in Bitcoin compared to all of the other cryptocurrencies starts to give us an idea of what we can be doing on the short-term daily price expectation. And I'm still anticipating that this is going to be going up from here. And just quickly, we can see that we have a descending wedge triangle kind of, but if we're running lines along these bottoms, we can see that it's running out of energy. It's running out of down speed, which means it's accelerating to the upside already right now. Just like throwing a ball up into the air, it's already decelerating toward the ground, accelerating towards the ground. As you throw it up, it's decelerating. It's going up slower and slower and slower, but it's actually accelerating towards the ground as it's going up. And this is what I get the feel for Bitcoin right now. It's actually accelerating upward as the price is going down. In this short live stream, I want to now zoom in and take a snapshot of what are we looking at for these indicators. So here's the last 4 days of time. This is the last 24 hours, this bar up here. And here's what our indicator is showing us in the RSI. And I wanted to bring these up so that we could see them more clearly and now start comparing them from day to day. That RSI is down around about the 38% level. And then we'll take a look at MACD indicator, which has just crossed over and going to the downside here. It never really did go above this very strongly. So if we're bouncing and it starts to go higher, that would be great. Let's pay attention to what it's been doing. Not really getting very high and then dumping. Not really getting very high. We'll be very keen to see how this turns out in the days to come, and we'll observe it from day to day and put in some commentary on this indicator. Another one that I really like to watch is the on balance volume lazy bear indicator. It I love the way it's showing selling pressure versus buying pressure. And for a lot of the altcoins, we've been seeing a big bunch of buying pressure and a very little selling pressure. So we'll observe this over the days to come as well. And we'll be looking for things like divergences in each of these indicators. So we're seeing less selling pressure at these same lows. That's very good. Then when we go here, I want to see divergences in this, and I don't see, well, prices are flat. Let's get a line. Prices are flat, and this is not. So let's pay attention to that over the next few days and get some data that we can use. So here's another one. Prices are flat, but the relative strength index is not. It's a tick higher. So we'll watch what these things do over the next 24 hours. My prediction, again, is still anticipating that Bitcoin is going to get up off these bottoms. Let me zoom out a bit. And actually, now that it's been sitting here this long, my gut feeling is still coming up to retest these levels. Still coming up to threaten these levels. Maybe stage a bit higher than that to wake up some of the bulls. We'll see how that turns out. The stronger that we have our shorts while we're sitting at these lows, the more likely it's going to be going up. So the more balanced these are, the more undecided the market is. It's strange, but if there are more people jumping on the shorts right now, then I think the automated bots do their thing to scoop up everybody's coin as much as they can. So right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are showing just a tick of strength. If we zoom into the 1 minute bars here, zoom into the 1 minute bars just for entertainment purposes, and we can start to see exactly what's going on this second in these markets. Bitcoin, Ethereum, a little tick up. Litecoin's at such critical levels. I think Litecoin's going to lead the pack and really be taking off this year. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys being here. Click the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We'll continue this series on a daily basis and see what actually goes on in the trading. Cheers and good luck in all of your Bitcoin trading.